a member of the tribe of Benjamin. I'm not getting much from that, especially from you Benjaminites over here. I expect to hear more. You first 3 rows, you are from the tribe of Benjamin. When I say tribe of Benjamin, I want to hear you say, Hoorah! All right? Tribe of Benjamin. Hoorah! Very good. Much, much better. I have heard that many of you are apprehensive because we are going into battle tomorrow against the Moabites. Many of you have not been in battle before. How many of you have been in battle? Yeah, that's what I thought. So you're a little bit apprehensive, but I'm going to tell you, you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear for several reasons. The first reason is very practical. Over that hill right there are your homes, your daughters, your husbands. They are over there. Over the other hill are 10,000 screaming Moabite warriors who want everything you've got over there. Now, if we do not stop the people over there, they're going to be over there tomorrow. And then you are just going to have to run over there. You're going to have to hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, and hide your husband. Because they will be tearing it up. The other reason you have nothing to fear is we are Israelites, and they are Moabites. We are Israelites. We are smart. We are crafty. Moabites, not so much. Not the brightest light bulb, if you catch my drift. And the third is, we worship the living God of Israel, the God of Isaac and Jacob and Abraham. We worship that God. Those Moabites, they worship idols. They carve gods out of stone and they bow down before it, and they offer their offerings. Do their stone gods ever hear them? Do their stone gods hear them? No. No. Thank you. We hear something good from the tribe of Benjamin. Try that again. Tribe of Benjamin. Thank you. But since you are apprehensive, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story that may help allay some of your apprehension. 80 years ago. Now, this was a time when Israel had no king, and everybody pretty much did whatever they wanted. 80 years ago, the people of Israel did what was evil in God's sight. And what was that? They bowed down before idols. They bowed down before the fertility gods, the Baals and the Ashtartes. They bowed down before those gods, and God was displeased. So God strengthened the hand of King Eglon of Moab. And not only did he strengthen the hand of King Eglon of Moab, but he brought the Amalekites and the Ammonites together, people who hated each other, only united in their hatred of Israel. And they came upon us, and we could not resist them. And for 18 years, we were under the yoke of Moab. For 18 years, every year we would take tribute to the Moabite king. It was disgusting, it was disgraceful, and it was harmful to anybody, especially anyone of the tribe of Benjamin. Thank you. Finally, after 18 years, Israel came to its senses, and they asked God for a deliverer. All this time they had forgotten the God of Israel, the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. They remembered the God of Israel, and they cried out, and God sent them a deliverer, Ehud the deliverer. Now, Ehud was a member of the tribe of Benjamin. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah. Ehud was a member of the tribe of Benjamin. Now, some of you might ask me, why is it you're so impressed with the tribe of Benjamin? Some of you people from Judah, or you people from Naphtali, you might ask, why do I keep going on about this? Well, if you remember, back when Jacob was talking to his sons, he said something about each one of his sons. And when he came to Benjamin, he said, you are a ravenous wolf. The tribe of Benjamin are the best fighting men in the tribe of Israel. The tribe of Benjamin are the crack core of the Israelite fighting force. All through the Bible, you find them in the front of every battle. Now, Ehud was not only a member of the tribe of Benjamin, he was also a left-handed Benjaminite. Now you might ask me also, so what's up with the left-handed Benjaminite? Well, it's not just that he wrote with his left hand. A left-handed person in that time was ambidextrous, a person who could fight with both hands, a person who was not just a right-handed fighter, but was also a left-handed fighter. Okay? Let me show you how that works. Stand up here, son. Come here.
Take it down.
Hands up. Okay, now, if you're a normal fighting man at this time, is he a normal fighting man? I don't know this guy. Okay. You got a shield in your left hand. You got a sword in your right hand. I've got the same. We come at each other. We hit each other's shields over and over till one of us is tired and finally lets down his guard. Okay, that's normally how it works. Now, if I am ambidextrous, I can switch which hand. I have my shield and my sword. I can put my shield in my right hand. I can hit him with a shield bash here and knock him backwards and come around from an angle he is not trained to take a dagger from. I am a left-handed Benjaminite. You sit down, son. There we go. So, this man is not just one of the core of the fighting men of Israel. This man is Special Forces. This man is a Navy SEAL. This man is Arnold Schwarzenegger. This man is a Terminator. He is a Terminator. And more than that, he has a weapon of renown. If you read in the book of Judges, it says that he had the blacksmiths make a two-edged sword, about 1.5 feet long. Now, we might not think that's unusual, but what age are we in, folks? Are we in the Victorian age? Are we in the industrial age? What age are we in ancient Israel?
Ancient.
Think of the metal. What metal is this? No, not that far. We're not Iron Age yet. Bronze Age. We are in the late Bronze Age. All of our weapons are made of bronze, not of iron. So you cannot make a two-edged sword that will hold up in battle. You have to keep the back of it thick so that when you hit somebody, and remember, you've got an edged sword, remember that tomorrow. When you hit somebody with it, it doesn't shatter. So what Ehud is having made for him is a two-edged sword. It's not going to last long. It's only got one shot in it. And it's made to a point with the two edges. It's a thrusting weapon rather than a slashing weapon. Okay. Now, he makes this sword of renown. This is more like an Iron drill or an Excalibur or a 50 caliber sniper rifle. This is an incredible piece of military machinery for the time. And he straps it on his right thigh. Now, why is that important? Well, everybody believes that everybody's right-handed at the time. And if you're right-handed, you put your scabbard on your left so you can draw across. Ehud puts it on his right. That way, when he goes in to see the king, his guards will search his left, but won't search his right. So he's sneaky, too. So we have this incredible man who's ready to go do this task. And it just so happens that he is the man that is chosen to take the tribute to King Eglon. So the time comes for the tribute to be taken. He takes the tribute, and they go past a place called Gilgal. And Gilgal is a place where they have stone idols set up to the false gods. And as he passes by, he kind of smirks and thinks, we're going to show him something today. They go all the way to the summer palace of Eglon. This is a place that he'd stay during the hot months when it's really sultry and there's a cool chamber there. And they go to see Eglon, and he presents the tribute. He bows down, he gets on his knees, he passes the tribute to Eglon. Then they get up and leave. As they go back past Gilgal, Ehud decides that's the time to go back. He goes back all alone, just him, his wits, his sword, and his God. And he goes into the chamber of the king, and he tells the king, I have a secret message for you. Now, the king has grown to trust Ehud, because Ehud has been here many times, giving tribute. So he says, silence! And all of the servants leave. Ehud knows this is his chance, so he steps up to Eglon, and he says, I have a message from God for you, O king. And Eglon stands up, and as he stands up, Ehud reaches with his sword, he pulls his sword out, and he pushes it into the belly of Eglon. Now, Eglon was a very fat man. So as he pushes the blade in, the fat closes over the handle, and he can't get it back out. So he lets go. Eglon falls back over, and his intestines spill out onto the floor. Ehud goes out, and he locks the door behind him. And then he climbs down through the hole of the latrine and heads back to Israel, back past the stones of Gilgal. Goes past the stones of Gilgal, and as he's passing the idols, he thinks, I guess we've shown you something today. Now the servants who are standing outside are very concerned. It's been a long time since they've seen their king, and they don't know what's going on in there. So they come up to the door and they find it locked. And they can't get in, but they smell something. Something they really don't want to know what's going on in there. So they say to themselves, he must be using the latrine. We'll come back later. So they wait. They wait 15 minutes. They wait 30 minutes. They wait an hour. Finally, they get the courage. They go get an extra key. They open up the door, and there's Eglon dead on the floor. And Ehud is nowhere to be seen. So all of Moab is up in arms, and the Amalekites and the Amorites, they're all getting together to go and punish Israel for what's happened. In the meantime, Ehud, who has gone past the stones of Gilgal, has gone into the hill country of Ephraim. And he goes into Ephraim and calls all the fighting men together and says, "Today the Lord has delivered Moab into your hands." And they all gather together and they go down to the fords of Jordan. And this is where Ehud uses his God-given brains. He says, we're going to set up on this side of the river and guard the fords. And so they set up on that side of the Jordan River, and as the Moabites come down, they have to go through the fords of the river. So even though there are 10 times as many Moabites, they can only come through 2 or 3 at a time. And as they do that, the Israelites cut them down, most likely because of the valor of the tribe of Benjamin. As they cut them down in their 10,000s. They cut down, and these aren't sissy men. These aren't the little wimpy men. These are the most powerful men of Moab. And the Lord gave them victory that day. Now for 80 years after the time of Ehud, peace reigns in the land. And Ehud is honored as someone who has followed God and has delivered and sits as a judge over the people. So what I want you to remember tomorrow when you go into battle, number 1, use your sword. You need your sword. Number 2, use your brains. It's the greatest weapon God has given you. And number 3, remember your God, because it was God that delivered Israel on that day 80 years ago. And it is God who will deliver us from battle tomorrow.